Hi, are you feeling overwhelmed by stress today? I certainly am. And I thought this would be a great time to do a video about mindfulness techniques and stress. So, hi, I am Tammy Coin, your holistic alchemist, helping you change pain into possibilities and possibilities into purpose. I upload content about holistic healing and personal development twice a week, usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I also offer the Holistic Pathway podcast that uploads here on YouTube every Saturday. Check the podcast tab for that. Those are unscripted conversations where we talk about the holistic journey, mind, body, spirit, and entrepreneurship. Little history about me. I have a history of severe trauma, abuse, and loss. We've been through a lot working to get to the other side of that. After 30 years of traditional counseling, I ended up getting a master's in counseling and then began a holistic journey, which brought me to where I am now. I'm now a coach and a teacher of many varieties, and I share with you the journey of what I did to get from pain to possibilities to purpose, and along the way, learning to unbox my authentic self. So today I'm going to talk to you about a couple of tips for mindfulness techniques for stress and yeah, so let's talk about some of my favorites. And since I am feeling incredibly stressed today, let's talk a little bit about the nervous system. So, growing up with the history that I grew up, my nervous system was on fight or flight mode all the time. It was constantly in fight or flight. And so, even when things were finally calm in my life, my nervous system was still in that state of fight or flight. So, I learned over time techniques to use to help me calm my body, and eventually started to work with getting the anything that was left unhealed from my life that had taken up residence in my body, getting it out of my body. And so now I can actually work with stress in the moment rather than having all of the stuff from the past attacking all at one time. So I did a video on essential oils the other day, but they're worth mentioning because this is usually one of my first things to do. Well, let me back up. The first thing I do is recognize, what am I feeling? And in the past, what I would do was try to avoid what I was feeling. I would just kind of throw it on the pile, keep on going, completely ignore the fact that my body was asking for my attention. What ended up happening with that pattern is I burned out my adrenal glands, which is what helps you process stress. And I became very, very sick. So the first thing I do now is I notice what's happening in my body. And by noticing, let's see, today what's happening is I've noticed some tightness in my shoulders. I've noticed that my stomach feels tight in a knot. I've noticed that I feel almost like my fingertips have needles. Not the same as like something being asleep, but it's this severe feeling of stress that's inside my body that's now starting to show up as physical symptoms. My heart rate might be a little fast. Hmm, let's see. So those are some of the things I notice. So I'm not attempting to run from them. I'm noticing, I'm accepting, and now to be with that, um, I may go ahead and use my essential oils. And if you saw the essential oil video, you will know that my two favorites to go together are actually a blend. I use Balance, which is the grounding blend, mixed with Serenity, the restful blend, if you can see that. And I happen to have the roller bottles today, the Touch, because these were in my purse. So what I like to do is I'm going to take the lid off of both of them and smell Balance and Serenity. And for demonstration purposes, I'm going to put them both on my hand. That was Serenity, or I'm sorry, that was Balance. This is Serenity. Now I'm going to rub them together, and I'm going to just put them on the back of my neck. Then I'm going to put them on my heart. And then I'm going to inhale. I like to do that 3 times. One more time. So that allows me to work with the oils both topically and through the olfactory senses. And that is the first way to begin to calm myself. Next, I will do some mindfulness breathing exercises. So I might do the 3-part breath, and how the 3-part breath works is I close my eyes. Sometimes closing your eyes doesn't feel as comfortable. You can leave the eyes open. I suggest a soft gaze, which is basically where they're closed, but you can still see. And you just find a space maybe in front of you. 3-part breath. You take a deep breath into the belly, and then you bring the breath up to the lower ribs, and then the breath up to the upper chest. And then you exhale, upper chest, low ribs, belly. Let's try that together. Inhale, belly. Imagine it coming up to low ribs, upper chest. Exhale, upper chest, low ribs, belly. So it would look something like this. Now, for the breathing exercises, sometimes it's important to breathe in and out through the nose. Sometimes it's important to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Sometimes it's important to do alternate nostril breathing. There's all different kinds of breathing techniques you can do. For this particular video, it's about focusing on being mindful that you're breathing. So 3-part breath may even feel a little bit challenging until you practice it. So one of the things that you can do is you can just simply be aware that you're breathing in and be aware that you're breathing out. So that is a tip for mindfulness breathing. Now, there's something else that's great to do, and I like to call it the countdown to calm. So if you're feeling particularly stressed, you can notice 5 things that you can see. So you just look around, and 5 things I can see. I can see peace behind me. That's 1. I can see a palm tree outside. That's 2. I can see a bottle of water right here. That's 3. I can see the camera in front of me. That's 4. I can see the essential oil bottle. That's 5. So notice 5 things you can see. And then go with 4 things that you can touch. I can touch my glasses. That's 1. I can touch my shirt. That's 2. I can touch my phone. That's 3. I can touch I have a blanket here. That's 4. Okay, 3 things I can hear. Let's see. Notice what you notice in your environment. Can you hear anything? I have tinnitus in my ears. I can hear ringing in my ears. I can hear a car outside. Hmm, it's pretty quiet here. I can hear the refrigerator. So just tuning in to what you can hear. Two things you can smell. I can smell the balance and I can smell the serenity. Okay. And then one, shut your eyes and breathe. Okay. Then there's something, it's an acronym that is called RAIN. And so R is recognize, two, allow, three, investigate, four, non-identification. That means to understand that you are not the stress. If there's a disease, you are not the disease. If there's an addiction, you are not the addiction. If there is a symptom, you are not the symptom. So that is what I mean by non-identification. When you bring something outside of yourself and look at it instead of it being an identity of who you are, it gives you the ability to create change. So instead of my stress, my depression, my anxiety, go with the depression, the stress, the anxiety. It gives you, like today, I am feeling stress. I'm not stressed. I'm feeling stressed in the moment. So I take stress out and I say, okay, stress, what can I do with you today? What do you need me to know? And these are some ways that you can be with what is and use some mindful techniques to help you get to the other side. Now, some techniques will work better for you than others. There are a ton of techniques that you can use that you can sort of keep as tools in your pocket. So as you begin to feel a certain way, feeling stressed or whatever the situation is, you've got tools that you can immediately use to help bring your body back into balance. Um, I don't actually have this ready, but I could get it ready. I did a presentation several years ago at Devon Tower in Oklahoma City for a wellness expo, and I called it Simple Stress Strategies. It's a little bit of a mouthful, but I do like alliteration. And it's a whole sheet. And I talk about these and I also talk about some others. I don't quite have it ready to say, hey, here's a link, go get it here. But what I will say is if you would like it, you can check my website. You can email me and let me know that you'd like that, and I will get it sent out to you. So it's the simple stress strategies, and I've got several on there, and then I believe I even end with a meditation. That's a written out meditation that you could practice. So thank you so much for watching today. As I said, there's a lot going on for me personally today. It is a very stressful day, and I thought, well, since I normally record on Tuesday, let's talk about mindfulness and stress, because sometimes it's really important to see these tools in action. And these are regular parts of my life. It doesn't mean that stress never comes to my life anymore. It's the human experience. It will keep coming. The important thing to know is that it used to debilitate my body because I wouldn't deal with it. And then my body began to get sick until I had no choice. So it's important that once you learn how to recognize what your body is telling you, then you actually have resources that you can carry with you all the time. So I'd love to know in the comments if one of these helped you, or just tell me, how's it going for you with stress? Are you using mindfulness techniques? What's working for you? What have you tried that isn't working? I would really like to know this because we all have the ability to find what works for us. So, thank you so much for watching. Let me go over the tips again. We had essential oils, we did some breathing exercises, we did the 3-part breath, and then we also just did noticing that you're breathing in, noticing you're breathing out. We did the countdown to calm, and we did RAIN, recognize, allow, investigate, and non-identification. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe to the channel. And I've got links in the description and the comments if you would like to schedule a free holistic consultation with me. And let's see what you've got going on and if I am the right one to help you get to the other side of that. This is Tammy Coin, your holistic alchemist, helping you change pain into possibilities and possibilities into purpose. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.